Okay, and we're
And we're
back.
here
We
finally.
are, we are here and we are happy. This is great.
Yeah, this is great.
Andrew, do
So
you
we're
want to
trying to use
explain our
this.
technical difficulties?
Sure, let me start at the beginning. So we use a StreamYard now, which is supposed to be like the better podcasting software, and it's just down. It's just like the whole site. I even went on, I'm not like confident enough to assume that it's the website's problem. So I'm like, surely this must be something on our end. We must be doing something wrong. But I even went on like uh uh what are those sites like Threads or whatever to
Forums?
see like, yeah, and like search like, and everybody was saying the same thing, that it's down. So you're like, okay, so this thing we spend $44 a month for, as bad as Zoom is, it's never just been not available.
Right.
Like it's always on, but whatever. And so then you're like, well, we'll try it again, try it again. Then we're like, let's do it on Zoom. It's like, okay. So I go to Zoom to log in, and it's been a while, and they make me put in a my email, but then they're like, do a captcha to prove you're not a bot, right?
Right.
And I swear to God, I am looking at it, and it's the kind where it's like just a bunch of letters and numbers, but with lines kind of drawn
Yeah.
through them. So the first one I did, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's like whatever, 62EE43. But you're looking at it close, and it says you're wrong. You're like, oh man, I got it wrong. I must have like not read it close enough. So I did another one. I did like 50
Oh my
in
God.
a row and got every single one. Then I started doing the audio, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever tried the audio version, but you click on the little headphones and it's like this weird voice, like different voices reading each number super fast because it must think that the bots now can listen. So it's like 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 1, 1, 2, and you have to like, you're trying to like type them in. So it's like doing that, and then I was getting those wrong. And like every time it said it was wrong. I was like, okay, now it's like I know I'm getting it right. So it's like the machine is. Then I'm like, am I a robot? Is
That's
this
what
what
I'm,
a
as you're
robot?
telling the story, I'm like, is Andrew?
Is this what a robot feels like when they're like, no, I'm a person. I have agency, but CAPTCHA does not believe I'm a person, so I couldn't sign into Zoom. So now we're on Johnny's Zoom in
Yeah.
his hotel room from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah. So that's why my audio might be different. This new computer, look at this. I'm not. It
Oh,
like
it follows
auto focuses
you.
on you. I can't
What?
even, it even zooms in. Look at this.
Whoa!
I know it's kind of crazy.
Hey!
Hey, all you audio listeners.
I love how I'm like, I can't pass the robot test, but it's like, but look, the camera can follow. That
Technology.
is like technology in a nutshell. It's like nothing works in the way you need to work it, but there's this one cool feature that doesn't actually help.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. So how's it feel to be home?
Oh, it's great. Love being home. Immediately got to work in the yard,
Nice.
mowing the lawn, trimming some hedges, then and pressure washed the front, pressure washed the patio. Oh,
Nice. That feels
it
good.
really occurred to me too. What's that?
I borrowed a pressure washer. That's satisfying.
Oh, it's the best. You don't have your own?
No, I borrowed a neighbor's when I did it the one time.
Oh, get your own pressure washer. What are you? What are you poor?
Yes, but you know what's frustrating is like because I did the deck and the railings and they're so filthy that like
Yeah.
once you start, you like have to do it all and you
No, I
have
know.
to do
You
a
have
good
to.
job or it looks worse.
You have to. When you're pressure washing, you have to pick a line that you're going to stop at, like some sort of natural point of no return. Because if you go even one, it's like painting. If you go one spot, you're committed through that whole next logical chunk. And so I was like doing our front porch, the stairs down to the street. But then I was like, oh my God, I like did a little bit of the sidewalk. I was like, no, 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 no. I'm gonna be like up and down the whole block, you
Yeah.
know? Otherwise it looks crazy. Just have like one little line. So you
Yeah.
really have to be careful.
Did you throw
Um,
that Grand Rapids shirt on just for me?
no, but
I'm
isn't
in
that
Grand
funny?
Rapids.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's funny. I put it on last night. I haven't showered yet today. And it kind of smelled. I was like we had a problem with like bad laundry soap or the washer was a little mildewy at some point.
Yeah.
And so this was in a bad batch and I was like smelling it. And I was like, it's borderline. Well, whatever. When I wore it. So I almost didn't wear it.
You're not going out in public, so who cares?
No. And if, I mean, I dropped my kid off at school and
You know, it's the
whatever.
worst. I did a show last night in this shirt, and I normally don't, maybe it's me, I don't know, but I stayed at my brother's last night, crashed as soon as I got there after the show in Milwaukee, and then was just like, well, I'll just throw this shirt on while I drive. I don't need a clean shirt while I drive.
Right.
And it still smells like I never smell BO, but yesterday at the end of the show, I was like, oh, I can smell like I have BO. And I'm
Yeah. Are you using any natural deodorants? We're in like a real deodorant. I feel like the last 7 deodorants I've had have not been the same brand.
huh.
So I'm like in a real like search for my next actual deodorant, you
Have you
know?
been dissatisfied with each of the seven?
There's one good one, Humble Company. I like. You
Okay.
heard of the Humble Company or something? I don't know. But
Mm,
I can't find, but then you go and I'm never like going to the same store for deodorant. It's always on the road. It's always
yeah,
whatever drugstore. And then it's whatever's not locked up.
yeah,
or,
yeah.
so, and then you're like, I'm trying, and then there's, that got in my head. I don't know if you're a believer in the like aluminum thing. It's
I
probably fine.
use Old Spice deodorant, so clearly I'm not.
Yeah, that's aluminum. Yeah. So I should probably just go back to Old Spice after all this searching around for like the more natural kind because like none of them quite do it.
Uh, it doesn't feel like I'm sinking. Like, doesn't it look
Now you look back. Now
it
it's like the camera
automatically
got
did that?
confused.
There we go.
There we go. It found you again.
This is annoying.
I guarantee there's like one button. There's
Turn it
one
off.
box you could check to turn that off, but I don't challenge you to find it right now.
And it's not a Zoom thing. It's a this computer thing because it does that in StreamYard. But yeah, I can't.
Try standing on your head. Try going upside down and see if it turns completely 360 degrees.
Uh yeah, let's do a reading update. New segment, reading update. How is
Oh,
Obi Dick? Are you done with it?
well, can I filibuster quick?
Sure.
I finished 2 whole books. So I was like on the cruise ship for like almost 19 days or 19 days.
Yeah.
I did 2 physical real books
Okay.
in that time. I read those much faster. So I did this book Cold Mountain, and then I read this new Nate Silver book about I don't know Risk or something.
Okay.
But then those both of them are like 400 pages. So I just saying that to say I have been reading, but no, I have not made much progress. I read a little bit more Moby Dick. I'm probably on like page. But you know what? I can tell you. Let's look and see what page I'm on.
All right. You
I'll
look.
be honest.
That you
But
just casually mentioned that you read two 400-page books
yeah,
on that cruise.
okay. I'm on page 453 of Moby Dick, and you know that I don't even think
Halfway.
of it's not halfway because there's 1,047 pages.
Oh my God.
This will be a lifelong
No, that's
project.
a sign. You're done. I think you just put the book. If you like take a break to read two 400-page books, you're not interested. It
No,
doesn't
I
happen.
think I would have finished Moby Dick by now if it was a physical book. There's something about on the phone
That's
read
bad or good?
bad. Like it's just
I
not
don't.
satisfying. It's like you're sitting there staring at your phone. It's like the same thing as being on.
Yeah, people keep
That
you
was an idea.
scrolling, keep
This
reading.
is an idea I have for a business opportunity is some sort of device that when you're reading a book on your like reading an actual book on your phone
Yeah.
that projects that to the coffee shop or the restaurant. Like, no, he's not looking at Instagram. He's not scrolling TikTok. Book, 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 like flashing.
No, I've got
Smart
a
guy,
better
smart
idea.
guy, smart guy, cool, something that lets everyone know. Like, I almost want to like turn my phone around every once in a while so people know I'm not like an asshole just staring at my phone.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're
Do
gonna
I like
we're gonna split you've inspired this. I'm gonna take that and go to the next level. We're gonna invent a thing. So even when you're not, even it's a book, it looks like a book, but you put
Oh,
in it. And so
a
when you read, your book rests in a hole in the middle. And so it looks,
book phone case.
yeah. So
Just
you,
a book phone case.
yeah, but it's like big, like a real size book. So people
Yeah,
reading, even if you are scrolling, you just scroll
that's
with your
great. You cut out like it like in Shawshank where you
yes.
in the Bible where you
Yep.
cut it. I actually did that and I kept like notes in there and stuff from school, but like it was like a Hardy Boys book or something and I cut out a hole in it.
I have a book like that at home. Well,
Where
it
do you keep
never looks like in the movies because when you cut out the rectangle,
No,
they never match up. So it's
doesn't quite it's not as slick. In fact, how did he, of all the amazing things he did in Shawshank Redemption, how did he get the perfectly cut out rock hammer in the Bible pages?
that's a good point. Can I, what a coincidence, because I was going to bring up, guess what I'm reading right now?
The book you're holding, Different
Shawshank
Seasons by
Redemption.
Stephen King.
Shawshank
Oh,
Redemption, one of the stories in different seasons, has four stories in it.
oh,
I'm reading Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption right now.
oh, gotcha. Okay, we'll see if they address that in the book. Maybe in the book they go
Yeah,
into more detail about
I'm
him
very,
just literally cutting each page
that's what I spent
perfectly.
the first 5 years doing is just
Yeah. Like, shouldn't you? Wouldn't this time be better spent digging? No, no, no. Step one, hiding the digging thing.
patience. Patience. It's all about
Patience.
patience.
That would be a
I'll
great
tell you
invent.
this.
That
Let me just tell everyone, if you're going to read a book, don't,
quit moving your head around. I'm
sorry,
getting
yes, I
seasick.
know. Don't read a book that you've seen the movie for 9,000 times because it's really hard to not see the scene as you read it. I should just be reading the screenplay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking of reading the book Rocky 4, but then I decided no, I've seen it too many times.
It's too many times.
Uh You know what's I was trying to do a bit that bombed every single time, and I probably tried it 5 times on the ship this last time. But about you know how like people movies used to be based. Did I do this as a topic?
What was it?
Maybe. Movies used to be based on books for the most part. That
Yes.
was like how they came up with it. But now they're based on like video games or cartoons from the 80s
Yeah.
or
I don't think you
whatever
talked about that.
toys. Okay. Well, books are like this show Last of Us is out. I don't know if you watch it
Oh,
on
yeah.
HBO. It's like zombies.
Yeah. We've talked about it, haven't we?
We oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. But yeah, I don't know. Are you caught up? Did you finish the second season or no?
Is it over?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I think I've done
Okay.
6 or 7 episodes.
No spoilers here. No spoilers. But I will say that there's been complaints from like the video game community that it's like not faithful enough to the video game. The show like deter I know it's ridiculous. And you're like, you nerds, just go kill yourselves if this is what you're worried about. But it's so funny because it reminds me of the way people were about books. Like they used to, those people would be like, and the book was better, and now the version of that is like the video game is better.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I was trying to do this bit about how, see, I suck at video games, and so to me, the show's way better because there's no like 2 hour part where they're stuck in a basement and then just turn it off when they get
yeah.
frustrated. You know, there's no like extended sequence when they're trying to jump at the bad guys and shoot the boxes. There's no That was a way better choice than the way I played the game. But
You don't have to spend 2.5
bomb.
hours memorizing where each zombie is to get to the next
Right, right,
one.
right.
Yeah.
Replaying the same, but
Well,
that did not work. Um,
ah.
but I like the show. I don't understand all the vitriol, but I also didn't
I
play the
didn't know
game.
there was vitriol.
Lots of vitriol.
You know what? I'm gonna finish it
I'm
tonight.
very aware. I'm very empathetic. I feel vitriol from any place. I know when people are annoyed about anything. That's
Well,
one of my superpowers. Like if I'm at a restaurant, if there's even like one person, staff or customer, in the kitchen or sitting at a table 50 yards away from me, I know
you pick it up.
anyone who's annoyed at any time. I pick up on it like immediately.
Oh man, well that is
I don't do anything about it. I
that's a
just know.
useless superpower.
It's more of a curse. It's more about living with a curse.
Oh man, when would that ever come in handy?
Yeah. No, it's like at comedy shows, I know when anyone in there is not having a good time, and I'm powerless to do anything about it. I'm like, if you're not having fun now, that I'm on stage
Telling
doing
the
a
jokes.
wide array of the stuff I thought of that would be fun. And that's not, I don't think me calling you out is going to help. So
Yeah.
you're basically screwed.
Oh man.
I just know who to avoid after the show. I guess that's the only thing.
Right. You know how to protect your ego.
Yeah.
Guess where I was last night? Guess where my show was?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I
And
didn't pick up on that hint to ask.
no,
Oh, you did the Ben Theater.
and we'll be there. And I
I
told
hope you plugged us.
I well, I didn't last night, but the lady is going to send out like promo stuff to everyone that was there about our show. So
Oh,
it's
great.
even better.
We have to decide on like a format, like if we're going to do some sort of podcasty thing on stage or not.
I think we should. I think we should both do.
We got to do something.
What if we each do a half hour and then
Like a half
we have
hour
our
of
host. He'll do whatever time, then we each do a half hour, and then we do whatever, a half
yeah.
hour. Just
Then as people are walking out in that last half hour, we'll wrap it
it'll
up.
be. No, I think that you had a good idea with taking audience.
You're like, and now it's appliance talk, and everyone's like, the emergency exits are overrun. Please slow down. You're trampling people, folks.
It's like the
When
opposite.
you're power washing, you really got to know when to stop. Everyone's like fighting over each other to get out.
It's like the opposite of a Pearl Jam concert. They're all
Yeah.
getting trampled trying to leave.
Is a new iPhone being released outside? What's going on? Uh,
Oh yeah.
no. So, but you were at Ben. Oh, and they're gonna. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we like somehow we get slips of paper to people before the show, and they can kind of write down anything they need backup on, and then we take those, and like I can look at them during your set, you can look at them during my set. We pick a few
Yeah.
of them, and then just bring them up to each other as we at to close out the show. And I
Perfect.
don't even think we need to sit down. I think we can do the whole thing standing.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sitting down feels so cocky on stage. I just can't do it.
Even during a live Podcast? Have you ever
Yeah.
tried to sit on a stool like during your stand-up?
Yes. I went through a period. I think I
Oh, you
went
went
through
through
a
a
brief,
period.
well, early on. It's like, when you go, you get hit, you watch some great comic and you're like, get really into him. I mean, this is more when you're younger, when you still watch comedy
Mhm.
and uh, you got really into them and then you just start like mimicking certain things. There must have been somebody I saw at some point where sitting on the stool looked so cool.
I
And I think I was doing it for a while. You know who sits is Marin. Marin does it is a
Yeah,
stool
Maron
sitter.
does it. Chappelle does it. I can't.
I mean, it's there. There's always a stool there.
I know, but I feel because I have tried it before and I immediately just I feel like if you're at a party and you just walk up to a group and you sit down and nobody else sits and you're all talking and you're sitting and you're like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have sat down. Now I got to get up. It's going to be weird. And you just feel stuck and uncomfortable.
When you say it like that, though, I do like to sit at a party.
Yeah, but if
So
you're
maybe,
talking to four people and the three of them are standing and you're in a chair, like, oh, I thought we were all going to sit down and no one is, you know?
that's so funny. Uh, yeah. What it feels like to me is like this is a sports analogy, so you know, I got to be careful with you, but so like, but you understand, like, there's like the super talented, there's the Michael Jordan, right?
Michael Joe,
And then that
what?
now Michael Jordan uses like talent and hustle, and he like maximizes every to be like the greatest player ever,
Sure.
But there's some guys who have like Jordan like talent, but they don't need to hustle. They know they're so good. They
Yeah.
don't need to give like 100% every play. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm just already better than you. So I'm gonna like jog a couple times. I'm gonna kind of be casual. And to me, that's like stool sitting. It's like I know I'm so good. I don't need to be like pacing the stage and getting the energy up. Like I'm gonna just be so casual. I'm gonna let it all happen. And look how easy this is for me. I'm sitting.
Are you
And for
saying
me,
Jordan is that like he
no, I'm saying Jordan's not a stool sitter. I'm
okay,
saying like I'm trying to think like Tracy McGrady. I don't know if I'm trying to think of a
bad example.
basketball. Anyway, so it doesn't work for you.
What about Larry
But
Bird?
no, Larry Bird is not a stool sitter either. He's like a hustle guy.
What about the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic
No, this is
Johnson?
not gonna. This isn't working.
I'm going through the seven basketball players I know.
Just don't think of any names. Just think of like personality. So it's like there's talent and there's hustle.
Okay.
When you max out talent and hustle, you get like Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
But in comedy, I feel like effort, you're showing effort by not sitting down. You're standing up. You're moving around a little on stage. You're engaging. You're looking at people. You're trying to be a little bigger than you are off stage. You're trying to be yourself, but you're also trying to like command attention in whatever way you can. And by when you sit, it's almost like this subconscious thing of like, I don't need, you know what I mean?
I'm
You're
so
going
good
to
at
listen or you're going to
watch.
not. And
Yeah.
maybe that's actually cooler in some way and gives you more attention. But I just don't, I need to show that I care.
Yeah.
That's like my person. I need to show like I'm hustling for this, And
Yeah.
by sitting, it just doesn't mesh with my personality.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. Why don't you sit? Just because you worried you'd start sitting and then there's no way to
No,
stand up
because I
without
just
it
don't
being
feel
awkward?
comfortable. I never have. I don't feel it's like when you wear a suit the first time when you're doing
Right, right. But you
like
have to do it once. Like I would love to see you like start to sit. You're like, I just make a big deal. I'm just gonna sit on the stool. Okay.
you guys are all sitting, I'll sit. Maybe I'll
What are
try
we
it. One of
talking
these shows,
about?
maybe I'll try it.
You know when sitting on a stool really works and it's hilarious is when you're a comic who like actually needs to sit down.
Oh, like you're a big, huge guy.
Yeah. Or if you're really old. It's
Sure.
very funny when like a really old or just someone who's got bad knees or whatever it is has to sit. I feel like that's like a lot like everyone's just like, oh, I'm in on this person. They can't even stand up there.
Like Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, yeah. Or like there's a comic in Portland named Susan Rice, right? And she's been doing it forever. And
Oh, we had her on the show.
yeah, I think we did. Yeah. About batteries. She's the
Yeah,
one who
I
told me
know
you can't
we
throw
did. That's
batteries in
the
the
only way I
trash.
know her. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's super funny and she's a killer, but she like has to sit down. Like,
Okay.
she's at that point of
Yeah.
her life. And it just is, I think it's funny. It's just you see someone, you're like, oh boy, oh, they got to take oh, I can't stand up here all night and just sit down.
Uh,
And like, I'm immediately laughing.
Did she sit down right away? I was like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is how I
no,
do my show. I got to sit first, then we.
yeah.
Okay.
I think she sits. Maybe she does a couple bits standing up, but she sits.
Okay.
Uh, all right. What goes on with Zoom? Do we have to like log out soon and then come back on? Or are
We've
we
been
okay?
on. No, we're good. We've been on for about 27 minutes. So we
Okay. We get to the 40-minute point. We got to wrap it up.
yeah, and it'll give me a warning, and then we can switch over if we need.
Well, I have a real half-assed topic. Do you want to hear it?
I do. I do.
Or do you have anything else? You want me to read a few pages of Moby Dick?
Let me see if I have any. Let me see. I might have a read. I wanted to tell you that I'm reading Shawshank Redemption.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
oh, I'll tell you this. Frankenstein,
Oh, that's
we're
right.
at about page, we're almost, no, I think we're at page 100 or 90 something out of 200.
But you're making steady progress.
Yeah, we only read at tuck-in time when
Yeah.
Edie do it together. So if Aaron, tucks in Edie, then
Have you gotten to the point yet where the monster where are you with the
I
monster?
watched the movie. I had to watch them. I was just curious. So I watched the movie.
Yeah. The movie
Maybe
that
some of
it's
it out
like,
of order. The more recent one with Kenneth Branagh. They're actually doing a
oh,
new one, I think, for Netflix or Apple or something.
but isn't there some part where the monster goes down to the creek and there's a little girl and there's like a flower or something, and I can't remember what happens though. If he kills the girl or on accident or
You know what? Some of the language is really hard to follow. So there was a part where I think he killed a kid that was related to Dr.
yeah,
Frankenstein.
I
But there's
should go
also a
back
part
and
where he
look.
meets a family near a cabin and he learns to read and talk just by observing them through a little hole in the wall or something. And the grandpa's blind. And that's kind of where we're at now.
I see. I did not pay enough attention in high school. Oh my god, I've been reading these articles about how hard it is to be a teacher with these AI things like Chat GPT or whatever, and how many kids are using it to cheat and write papers, and how hard it is for them to.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, oh my God. I mean, as much as you want to be like, God, these kids today, they're screwed. If they had that when I was in school,
Oh, yeah.
I would have been all over it.
Oh,
When
yeah.
looking back, like how many times I didn't read the book that I was supposed to read to pass the quiz, and I would just find the cliff notes or
Yep.
learn enough, or just fake my way through the quiz.
Yeah. Or watch the movie.
Yeah, or watch the movie exactly. Like
Yeah.
the temptation of that, it's too much. They're just gonna have to figure out a way to like teach with it.
Or,
Like, yep,
I
you have
mean,
access to this information, but a written paper doesn't mean anything for us anymore. Like you just have to gonna give an oral presentation or something because it's just too. Or maybe they'll build things that are even better at catching. Like if I run your paper through this program, that it can tell you used.
right.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's too tempting. You can't beat it.
I
you
know.
know?
I shouldn't say this as my wife being an English teacher in high school, but like, there's also the question of like, well, if this is always going to be here, if we're always going to have ChatGPT, then maybe we just move that way and use
Well,
it
right.
instead
And
of,
get the kids good at using it.
yeah,
Yeah. Which is probably there's some probably some truth to that. But just like I still think there's value in like learning things to know them
sure.
without having to use like AI, but like yeah, the
Yeah.
balance of that. How does she deal with like kids using that stuff? Does she run
Uh,
into that a lot? You
uh,
guys talk much?
yeah, we do talk, but she's at a different school. She has
Oh, okay.
to get them to show up to class. That's
That's
priority
enough.
number one.
Yeah, okay. All right, here's my topic. Unless there's anything else you want to.
Did I have something else? Let's see. Shawshank. Did I say Shawshank?
Yeah, Shawshank came up.
Uh, no, let's do it.
I like that you keep coming back to Stephen King.
It's you know what?
It's kind of cool though that you've read like
One,
I can't say that for any author. I don't think I've read like every single thing anybody's ever wrote, you know? But
yeah.
you're probably getting close to saying that for Stephen King, right?
I would say maybe half. He's got a lot that
Oh,
I just never will because I just don't have time or interest in some of them.
well, I take back the compliment.
It was a
Um,
compliment. Well, you're welcome.
it was kind of a compliment, yeah. Or I was just giving you like credit.
Okay. All right. What's this sweet topic you've been upselling?
Oh, it's a bad topic. Okay. I don't even know if you're gonna agree or not, but gum sucks. Gum
Can I tell you? That's going to be one of the examples I use when we have a guest that's like, the topic's like, I don't know. One time Andrew said gum sucks.
All right, gum is everywhere, right?
Nope.
It's
I will
ubiquitous.
get behind you just before, so you know. I'm,
Okay, I think if anything, gum is for like children. I think it's like a kid's thing. Like it's fun to chew gum, but like if you're an adult now and you're like, why would you use gum? I guess like they're like, ooh, I want some sweet bubble gum. It's like, no, I'd rather just have ice. I can eat whatever I want. I'm an adult. I can have a candy bar. I don't need to pretend I'm eating dessert for like 10 minutes and then the last 8.5 minutes it sucks,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
So I don't want like bubble gum as an adult. So what kind of gum do you chew as an adult? It's like fresh breath freshening gum,
right,
right? Like
right.
mint or cinnamon. Then just have a mint.
Yeah.
Like gum, so you chew it. Okay, now in like 60 seconds it's dead. And
Yep.
then I have this thing I have to throw away that's probably going to get stuck on a chair or the sidewalk or ruin somebody else's day. Just
Yep.
gum sucks.
I
Gum as an adult
agree.
sucks.
I agree. I totally agree. And it's ironic you say it's for children because children's hands is the worst place for gum because it's like
Yeah.
it gets all over your car, it gets fucking furniture. It's terrible. I do agree. I totally agree. I'm not a gum person. I do know gum people, and I don't understand why. Is it if it's just something to do?
Yeah, then just like be an adult, like chew tobacco or something. But I,
Be an adult.
you know what I mean? Get a Zin.
That's school.
But yeah, no gum. No thanks. Somebody, Heidi. What made me think of it was like, I think Heidi had like a. She was. I thought she was offering me gum. I was like, no, I don't want gum. What am I 5? And then, but it was a mint. I was like, oh, a mint. I'll have a mint because a mint, the second it stops being flavorful, doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like serves its purpose and then it goes away. Gum hangs around forever.
Yeah,
I don't think Ginger, my daughter, I don't think she's ever had gum. I'm thinking.
good.
I don't think she has. And I'm going to not expose her to it. That's
Yeah.
going to be one of those things where I'm just like, it doesn't exist. until some kid will give her gum one day.
And it's
And
gonna
then
blow her
hopefully she'll
mind.
just be like, this is ridiculous. This is weird. You just chew this thing that becomes flavorless and then you have to find a garbage can.
She's gonna be like, "Don't, can't you just give me a mint instead?"
Yeah. But kids obviously love gum because that was a big thing. Like every desk had like a mountain of gum
Yeah,
and
that's true.
disgusting dried gum underneath it. But yeah, I'm a no on gum. I think anytime anybody offers.
That is a rule. You're supposed to, anytime someone offers, you're supposed to take it. That's just like an unspoken,
Who's was that some weird Midwest thing?
not like manners, but it's just like, oh, they might think that might be their polite way of saying you,
Oh, then have mints.
yeah, have mints.
Be a mint person. I'll take a mint.
I don't like divulging. I mean, people know, but this just gives you ammo against Counting Crows. But Adam Duritz chews gum throughout the concert. I don't know.
While he sings?
It's in his mouth while he sings.
Oh,
Then when he's not singing, you
disrespectful.
see him chewing it.
Think how good of a band they'd be if he wasn't chewing gum while he sang.
Oh, that's like him sitting on the stool. He's chewing
Right.
gum while he's singing.
See, that's the Jordan thing. Like he's so talented, he can make this great music while chewing gum, and he doesn't have to stop because he's so talented, so everyone likes him. But they could be an even greater band if he put the commitment in to quit the gum habit while he sang.
Well, I'm backing you up. Gum is stupid. I hate it. Anytime any of our kids have it, I am like, fuck, I'm gonna find this somewhere. Even if they throw
What?
it away, they aren't responsible enough to put it in a napkin. The garbage cans just have dried gum crusted to
Yeah.
it.
Ugh. How
Terrible.
about like when gum is in something that you were gonna eat anyway, but then they put the gum
Oh, like a lollipop?
like a lollipop, which you're like, great, that sucks. Now there's this shitty thing at the end of this nice thing, or like the at the ice cream truck, there was used to be an ice cream they'd have, and then the eyeball of it was a
Oh
gum ball
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I just had ice cream, dude. You think I want gum to polish off my ice cream? Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so what do we do? Do we close this out and then open it up again
Yeah, do
for
you see the
your
time?
topic? Yeah, I realized I sucked up all the time with gum.
Oh no, that's okay. All right, I'll end it. I'll start a new meeting and I'll send it to you, and then we'll be fine.
Okay.
But then we'll just when you post it, we'll just have to put them together.
Yeah, I've got editing skills, baby. They'll never know.
Okay.
No, this will be seamless.
And
And
go.
cut. So,
Continue.
Johnny, what do you need backup on?
All right, so this is what I need backup on. Let's see. I also while I was waiting for you, I was trying to figure out how to turn off this center stage feature because it's very obnoxious and I
I
couldn't.
like it.
Okay. Um, my topic is okay, claw machines.
Oh,
Claw machines, they should be outlawed. I think they're wherever they whatever purpose they sold
yeah.
in the past, fine, but now they're a scam. It's like a child's
No,
first introduction to a scam.
they were always a scam.
I know they were always a scam, but now they're affecting my life. And I have children. I
Right.
didn't used to have children, so it was fine. Now I have children. I was picking up Phoebe from Urban Air, and she was like, "Oh, I want to do the claw machine. They all love them." And I was like, I don't have any money. I don't have money. We have to leave. We have to go."
Yeah.
Watching her friend who had two stuffies from it. His mom was sitting next to it. I was like,
Oh, and she actually
she was
got
paying
them
for the
from
kid to play. Yeah. So I shudder to think of how many,
dollars they took.
dollars. So she's freaking out. She won't leave. And I was like, all right. And then I see, of course, it has a credit card. You can just tap your credit card. So I was like, we can do one. We can do one. So
Yeah, let her get that taste of defeat.
I I tap it and you get apparently the dollar gets you four, goes. That's what a dollar gets you. One, nothing. Just it just
Right.
moves them around and then the last one, it had it, it carried it and it dropped it right before it got to the hole. And so she's just like, "What? No, and I was like, we gotta go. All right, we can do it one more time." One more time. And she's yelling at me because she thinks, and I'm looking at the side of the machine. I'm like, "Babe, you have it lined up at the center, but it's not far enough back. You have to go back." So then, four more, nothing. I was like, we got to go. I dragged her out of there sadder and madder than she's ever been in her whole life. And I was just like, this is fucking ridiculous. And they have one in the lobby of our grocery store. Pick and say, like, are
Yeah.
you kidding me? It's just,
Yeah, it's
it's
tax.
ridiculous.
Tax on poor people.
Yeah, it's terrible. But you know what the worst part was? I checked my credit card because I'm very anal about they charged $5.10 for each tap instead of $1. So it charged me 10.20 for two.
Oh, so it is $1 a play. They just do
No, it's
four.
not a dollar. It's $1 for four, but like it's you get four for each thing and it's $1. Like if you had a paper dollar, you'd get four attempts. But they
Yeah.
charged me 5.10 each one swipe, each credit card tap.
So it was trying to cheat you.
So I charged an extra 4.10 each time. And I called the company.
Now you're in a war with these carnies.
Yeah, I did. And I called and she was like, all right, let me look at what's the last four what was the date? And I
What
had
was the
all my ducks in a row. And she's like, all right, you're going to get a full refund. I'm like, God damn right I am.
Wow. So
I
now
want
you're
all my
actually
money back.
you get all your money back. So you played with house money.
That's right. I just hate it because it's
No, it's horrible.
for
It
parents.
was a perfect storm though, because what I was gonna say, I think what I've told Ginger before is I say that it's literally impossible. I say no, those you can't win. They make them so that you can't win. So don't play. But then you were dealing with a kid
Who saw it?
standing next to the machine who just won twice.
Yeah,
So you can't even say that it's impossible because she sees the evidence
I know.
in front of her. So you were screwed.
Yep,
I'm with you. Ban those machines. Also, like, what are they making those metal claws out of?
I know.
They're like spaghetti. It's
I
just like the
know.
weakest. And would it kill them to let? First of all, the prices aren't that good. Like, it's not like you're pulling out a Nintendo Switch or whatever. It's
Right.
like
It's
it's
stuffy.
something that's not even worth the dollar that you're spending to try and get it.
Yep.
Like if she saw the same toy in the grocery store, there'd be no fight about getting that toy. It's
Yes.
just an innocuous looking
No,
dumb.
yeah. When she
Yeah.
sees stuffy's in the toy, she's
Yeah.
same temper. It's terrible.
So I totally agree with you. And extra credit too for your observation to ban them from grocery store. Because you're like, now here's some family who can barely afford the eggs and how
Yep.
expensive everything is in the first place. And you're making them walk by these ridiculous lottery machines that
Yeah.
kids are gonna beg them to use. I mean, it's cruel.
It's terrible. It's like gambling because like, if you have a good gambling experience the first time or a couple
Right.
times, you're like, you chase that. And then, Duncan has won something with a
Right.
claw machine before, like in a bowling alley. And so he's like, well, it is possible. It can happen. And I've
Yeah.
it and I want that.
My friend Sean Stoddard, growing up, was convinced he was good at it
At the claw machine?
at the claw machine. He was convinced, like, and he would spend money every day, and he usually would get something. But I'm like, is it just a self-fulfilling prophecy? Is it just like you've told yourself you're good at this, so now you'll just spend the amount of money it takes
Yeah.
every time to win
Prove that.
something, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the guy who thinks he's good at like sports betting. Now I'm just imagining though like a real degenerate claw machine gambler, like who's just burning through his kid's college fund,
Get that one.
chasing that high.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, you can't go to Stanford, but you do have 64 stuffed whales to play with.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, totally with you. Claw machines, I've never really been tempted by it. As a
We
kid,
get,
as a kid, it did nothing for me. The ones, do you ever see the ones like where this is more in like casinos, I guess, where it's like a bunch of quarters on the table
yeah. You
and it's
push it
pushing
up.
up and you have to
Yep.
drop your quarter in a way to and it looks so easy,
Yep.
but somehow it's not. I mean, like it's really funny, like with gambling too. Like everybody knows this isn't a way, like especially when it's just money to make money.
Yep.
Like it's one thing for a claw machine, you're getting a toy,
Right.
so whatever. But like when it's just money in to get more money out,
Yeah.
and you know for a fact they are the ones who make money because they
They're the
wouldn't be
house.
doing it. The house. It's the
Yeah.
same, exact same thing with the. It's just interesting, like psychology, like why people even want to do it in the first place.
I know. It's just it's that I'm gonna be the one. I can do it. I'm the one that's gonna win.
Yeah, it's like slot machines. I don't get slot machines either.
Yeah. Do you get
I
I think we've talked about it. Do you gamble when you were like working a casino?
No, no, only I used to like if I go to Vegas in Las Vegas, I will bet on sports. That's what I'm down to. I used to do
That's
like table
different.
games in Las Vegas. Maybe one night I'd pick and I'd play like craps. But I kind of gave up on blackjack and I gave up. Now I've given up on craps. Just like just don't have as much like money to blow, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sports betting, I'll still bet on sports because that one's interesting to me because it's like I'm gonna watch this game anyway.
It just makes the
And
game more
there's
exciting.
you can delude yourself into thinking you have some sort of knowledge about what's going to happen when
Yeah.
you don't.
Yeah.
And they've already priced in anything that you think you know, that's priced into the line. So it's like, oh, you think their star players kind of hurt, so they're not going to play as well. They knew that way before you did and reflected that in the odds that you're
Right.
playing. So it's
Yeah.
so stupid, but that's what I'm down to. I'll
Yeah.
bet, but I don't want to do the apps. I don't bet on the apps because that shit's scary too.
Oh yeah. That I don't
Because
trust.
that's how guys, guys our age, they're just on their phone
Oh, you
any
mean
game that
sports
comes
betting on
on.
the app?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's dangerous.
Just sitting there. Like, think about you. Like, if you're bored, you're stuck with a bunch of guys watching some game you don't care about. You're like, I know how I can make myself care about this. And you throw down $50 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's the game of your life and you win. You're like,
Yeah.
you just become this like insane
Yeah. Like, oh,
sports
I've seen
better.
it happen. I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear that's like, you know how they've, um, the WNBA is like exploded in popularity. And a lot of that's attributable, I think, to like Caitlin Clark and some of the star players, you know.
Can you
But
name
I
another one?
what's that?
Can you name another one besides her?
Yeah, Angel Reese, Brittany Griner,
Ooh, all right.
Diana Taurasi,
You're in. You're
Sue
in.
Bird's retired. Diana Taurasi might be retired too. So I'm not Lauren Jackson. No.
I see you
But
made up all those names, and I'd be like, all right, good for Andrew. What about Sarah Parker?
Kojo Featherton,
Pick a easy.
Serafina Star Jumper. Okay. All of
Pepsi,
these are real, Johnny.
Kit Kat, Burger King McDougal.
Yeah, Burger King McDougal. What if you were trying to make one up and you just stumbled across a reel? There is a Burger King McDougal, actually. She's still in college. She hasn't gone out to the NBA, WNBA yet. No, what I was saying is I think some of it's due to like the star effect of definitely Caitlin Clark obviously is the biggest star, but
Hmm.
trickle down from that. But I swear part of it is the gambling. Like because it's another game that's on. It's got recognizable players now, and you can sit there and watch. And if you bet on it, all your little concerns that you had about the competitive, oh, they can't dunk and it's slower than the NBA, all that fades away when you have money on it. You
Oh,
don't care, you are into it.
have you ever bet on a WNBA game?
No, I don't think so. But I would.
Really?
But I'm never the only time I bet is if I'm in Las Vegas and then it's like I want to make sure I'm watching the game too. So that's the hard part. It's like I'm probably doing shows at night or whatever. So it's usually just football because it's like in the morning or during the day.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I need to get into WNBA betting.
Baseball, you ever bet baseball?
Yeah, it's stupid to bet baseball too.
Yeah, it's stupid to watch baseball too.
God, I was watching a lot of Mariners and then they started to stink. There's nothing where it's one thing to watch baseball when the team you're rooting for is good. Even then, it's kind of boring, but I like it. It's nostalgia. When
Yeah.
they're bad and they're blowing every game, you're like, what am I? I just wasted 3 hours to watch them slowly die. Oh my God.
We might be going to whatever league game you said it was called on Father's Day. What's that
Wait,
called?
what do you mean? We mentioned a bunch of
Not
leagues.
the Mallards. It's like not minor league, but below that.
Oh, the semi-pro baseball.
Northwoods League.
Yeah. I think some would call that semi-pro baseball, but
Okay.
doesn't matter.
A bunch of Wisconsin teams like the Madison Mallards and Sheboygan Shitfucks or whatever.
Yeah.
So there we might do that on Father's Day because I can't. Aaron keeps nagging me. What do you want to do? You got to figure out what we're doing for Father's Day. And I'm just like,
Oh yeah. So is that what you said you wanted to do?
no, but she sent me a link. There's like a Father's Day thing where it's $15. You get a ticket, a drink, and a hot dog for each ticket. And the
Why
dad
don't you
gets a
just
grill oven mitt or something.
Why don't you just go to Costco, buy a 12 pack, a big ass hot dog, and sit in the parking lot and save yourself 2 hours of watching the
I do. You know
Sheboygan
what? I'd
shit
rather go to
fucks.
these Mallards games. It's more fun than going to a Brewers game or a major league.
Yeah.
I just like
I
it.
mean, if you don't care, I will say I wanted to take Ginger to a Mariners game. Like I was like, we'll go on the train, we'll get up early, we'll get on the Amtrak, go to the train, but then they suck. It's like I don't want to even support. And in Portland, we have our version of the Sheboygan shit fucks is the Portland Pickles.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe I'll just take her to like a Portland Pickles game,
Yeah, there you
you
go.
know, get a beer and a
Smaller
hot dog.
diamond, right?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should just do that.
What are you going to do for Father's Day?
So Heidi, same exact thing. Heidi was asking me, what do you want to do for Father's Day? And I've been gone so much. I was like, do you know what really sounds good? It's just hanging out in the backyard. I want
That's
to
what I said.
grill and I kind of want to I want to get some beers. I want to get a little day drunk
God.
and I want to just keep grilling and like looking at my lawn,
Yeah,
you
maybe
know?
that's what we should do because it's a 4 o'clock baseball game. I said, maybe we could just like play kickball in the backyard, put sprinklers on, run through that. I'll
Yeah, if it's hot, you
hey,
put the sprinklers on. Yeah, I love it.
maybe we should do that. Because I'm also driving through the night after the night Saturday. I'm driving, so I'll get back at like
Yeah.
6 a.m.
I know. It's like when you're a comedian, it's the reverse. Like everyone's like, "Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go?" And it's like my version of going somewhere or my version of vacation is like sitting my ass at home.
Yeah.
like enjoying the spoils of my labors,
Yeah.
you know? So that's why I told Heidi I just want to like
Uh,
Ginger can have friends over. I don't know if other kids might be doing something or whatever. I don't, but I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I just want to like be in the backyard and
grilling.
you know, grill
Maybe
some
I've never
steaks.
grilled a steak, so I think maybe I'll learn on
I was
Father's.
thinking the same thing because I said I told Heidi
I'm not.
brats, and she goes, ugh, she doesn't like hot dogs or
Yeah.
brats.
Neither does
So I was
Aaron.
like, what about steaks? You could grill steaks.
Yeah. Have you ever
How
grilled
hard
a
could it
steak?
be? I think I have at some point. But then the trend is to never grill. I feel like the trend went away from grilling because then everyone got into the idea of like, oh, it's got to be on a cast iron pan and you bathe it in butter and juices and but like yeah, like classic like you think of Tony Soprano, he's got like 15 different meats on the thing, he's just flipping them over, he's like touching them like yeah, it's medium rare and just flip like there's something to that, where you're not so precious about it.
Right. So I guess
The rosemary isn't in there and the sprig of and the garlic cloves, like fuck all that, just like salt and pepper, flip it a couple times and
well, I thought one of your previous topics was peppers fake.
yeah. Pepper kind of is big, although you know what, I still put pepper on everything.
Yeah. Like
I
you're
don't think it's I don't believe my bullshit enough to not to
to take
risk.
that chance.
Well, and it looks insane if you're at a restaurant and you put salt on something, everyone's like, that guy has gonna have a heart attack. But then once you put the pepper on, they're like, oh, okay, he's fine.
Oh, he's seasoning it. It's okay.
It's just seasoning. Don't worry, everyone. Send the paramedics back. He's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're just like putting salt
Yeah.
all over your food and not pepper, people get worried about you.
Uh, the key, this is what Aaron
You
said.
got you got to move your head around. You're
I
sinking me
know.
good.
It's when it goes fucking low. That's when it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's like it's like the,
It's just like slowly, you're like going underwater slowly, like.
what a fucking stupid feature for this thing. I haven't touched my computer and it's just like woo.
Well, I'm trying to think of like why someone would want that. I guess it would be good for self-taping auditions or something if you're like walking around, or,
That sounds like an app that actors could get for their whatever, not something default built. This is like the U2 album
yeah.
like, stuck on everyone's iPhone that no one wanted. Anyway, here's what you do. This is what Aaron said. Maybe everyone knows
Okay.
this. You have a hot side, a really hot side on your grill, and then a not hot side. You put the steak, you sear
Um,
it both sides first, and then you heat it on the not super hot side. That's where it heats the inside.
I love it. And I
So
can do that. I have a very rudimentary propane barbecue, but I can control one side or the other.
I'm doing the
As
cold.
long as you keep it open, I guess, because if you close it, then it's just going to heat up like an oven, right? So you have to
Uh,
keep it open.
oh, you've that's past my pay grade.
Mm.
Uh,
Burgers, do some burgers, do some steaks.
Sounds like we
You ever
might
cook,
have some
I made
similar.
ribs on the barbecue one time.
Oh, I've never done that. How'd that go?
Ribs are a pain in the ass.
Oh. I wonder if Dave Williamson's ever done rib.
Yeah, I wonder if he knows anything about this. We'll never know.
Oh,
He won't open up about his barbecuing habits.
well. Yeah. He keeps
It's a
that so
shame.
quiet. Oh my gosh. Let me ask you this. If this with the bend, would you do if you ever do benefits for like because it was an Alzheimer's benefit? Like you
Mm.
just show like as a fundraiser for, research. Do you would you talk about that in a humorous way?
Yeah, it obviously depends what it is. Alzheimer's is right on the line
Yeah,
because there's easy jokes, obviously memory stuff,
yeah,
but like everyone there is going to have probably somebody who they,
yeah.
you know, care about who's going through that. So it's yeah.
I
What did you do?
well,
Did
I
you?
had a plan that I was like, oh, this will be great as I'm driving to the gig, and then I was like, the reality set, and I was like, I was gonna be like, okay, this is a great cause. We can all stand behind it. Leukemia is
Uh,
just like totally the wrong thing. Because I think that'd be funny. But then like in
yeah,
the moment, people are like, does he not, or that's not fun. So
yeah,
I didn't do that. I said, I did the whole thing. Oh, Alzheimer's, we're all here to support. That's great. I'm actually doing this is my disease tour. I've got this Alzheimer's tonight. I got a cancer one tomorrow. Next week I have
yeah,
leukemia, and then I have two diarrhea ones the week after
yeah.
that.
I was gonna
I
say
got it. Yeah.
genital warts or whatever. Yeah, exactly. I think that's funny. I would combine the two. If I were you, I would have gone like you could still do the thing where you do like I love doing benefits. Part of the great thing about being a comedian is you get to raise money for these causes, and I try to do as many as I can. And I love, and the fact that we're all here tonight for genital herpes. It's a real problem. And then you look at your notes, you're like, wait, hang on, hang on. No, no, no. That's like which one? Because the what I think like the first bit, if you'd done the first bit, it's like, is that a joke about Alzheimer's? It's like you have Alzheimer's. Like that's where
Right.
my head went.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's pretending to not remember the disease, like he has Alzheimer's. And that's the where I'm sure it would be like,
Yeah.
but the other thing is great because it's kind of like reusable. You can do that for any benefit. Do it like a little bit like that.
Yeah. But that's funny that like to start with the obvious funny, like the genital herpes, because there's no there's no
Yeah.
fundraiser for genital herpes or diarrhea. So
Yeah.
like you said, then it's like
Diarrhea is actually funnier than genital herpes because there's like no one's studying diarrhea. Like it's not
we've got to figure
diarrhea is
out
just a
we've got to not eat
symptom.
that.
It's just a symptom. Everybody knows. But you're like, we got to do something about all this diarrhea in this country.
Yeah, that was I said there's a lot. I said that those pay big. There's a lot of money in diarrhea.
You'd be like, you wouldn't believe it, but 10 out of every 10 Americans at some point suffers from 10 out of every 10 Taco Bell customers at some point reported diarrhea symptoms.
I love that. It's such a funny word. Did I ever tell you that joke? I have a joke where I was like, yeah, started saying around Thanksgiving, I was like, yeah, we're gonna have this big family get together. My brother's got walking pneumonia, so he can't come. I don't see what the big deal is. I had walking diarrhea. I still did it. Uh, anytime I diarrhea.
Walking pneumonia sounds like the beginning of a Seinfeld bit. Walking walking pneumonia. Where's it go? Oh, where are you going? That's the only disease where you sound like you're doing better than before you had it. I have a couple friends who could use walking pneumonia. They could use a jogging pneumonia.
That does. Did I say? Oh yeah, so I sent you those. I went down a real rabbit hole with comments on YouTube because one of
Oh, I saw.
the
Yeah,
Hippy Dippy soap one got a lot of comments when that was on the Dry Bar special when they put
that one gets. See, the critique of that is the. I remember this happening to you before. The what do they call that phrase? Intentional ignorance or like willful,
where
like
you.
where it's like you embrace being
Oh sure,
dumb about like not knowing how to load the dishwasher, so then
yeah,
your wife has to do it or whatever,
yeah.
which is so stupid because if anything, that cuts both ways, and I will say, and then some. There's a
And
lot of things Heidi pretends to not know how to do that she absolutely could learn how to do. but to preserve her role as someone who doesn't do that thing, continues to not know how to do that thing.
Yeah.
Men and women are
Oh,
equally
yeah, we all have different
guilty of that.
photos.
It's a two-way street. I'll just say that.
Did you see the one the guy goes, this guy's giving Nate Bargatze?
Oh no, I didn't. I must have missed that
What does
text.
that even mean? I don't know what that means. And then another,
You know what I hate? I hate when people have no um semblance of understanding time when it relates to the internet. So
Mhm.
like here's a clip of you from before this person knew who Nate Bargatze was.
Right.
And then he's accusing you of what?
I
Like
giving Nate
aping future Nate Bargatze that future this person will now be upset about.
Yeah, I don't know. They always have zero content.
The comedy police. Did you see? How about that thing I sent you where there was a comedian, a woman. I'm blanking on her name right now because I didn't know her, but some other comedian posted that they had died. And, she
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
she wasn't old. She
Oh
was
yeah, that was hilarious.
died tragically of a disease.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then so he to tribute her, he posted a picture and he said, one of my favorite jokes of hers was I forget the
I
joke, but
forget the
anyway,
joke.
it was a funny joke about L.A. Something about being a woman aging in L.A. and
Yeah.
disappearing or something. And so then some juggler, that guy I only know as a juggler because my friend Brant, I sent it to him too. He's like, of course it was a juggler, but some juggler commented, "Oh yeah, I knew a guy so and so also had that joke before." I can tell you like basically accusing this dead woman. I was like, at no point are you safe from the communist police. They will chase you after death and still say, somebody else did that joke. I saw that joke somewhere else.
Jesus Christ.
It's a nightmare.
But he's commenting on someone like, oh, this is a good memory. This is my favorite bit of hers. Someone else had it first. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So just, you know what? Never go into the comments is the lesson.
All right. Well, good app. Let's
We're
wrap
way over time. We gotta
post
cut
show.
this shit.
Let's squeeze post show into this one. Do you have anything any dates you gotta plug?
Uh, um, I don't know. Uh, but
I'm gonna 21st this coming Saturday in Madison. I'll be at Garver Mills doing a festival. I don't know what the festival's called. Mary Mac is doing the Friday show. I'm doing the Saturday show at Garver Mills here in Madison. That's what I'll plug.
okay, I'm at the Seven Feathers Casino on June 27th. Then I'm on a cruise, and if you're in Provo, I'm doing the where they shoot dry bar, July 18th and 19th. But
Ooh,
it's not a shoot. It's just like
hey,
a old fashioned comedy show. But that's in Provo,
but it's
July.
for a dry bar, just not a record.
Yeah, it's their. I don't know. They're like being
They're
a
awesome.
comedy club when they're not filming.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, that's it.
All right. Thanks for
We got to
listening
do a quick.
to.
The cavalry.
You want to just cut it here?
I was doing that silently. Now you
Oh,
ruined it.
sorry.
No, I'll cut it here.